What's going on, everyone? This is not the casting announcement of a young, charismatic leader of an oddball group of heroes and brother to three, who one day gets labeled as a terrorist. This is the Whatnauts, a pop culture variety podcast where we discuss the media we love and a whole lot more. My name is Kyle Springer, and Melissa is trying to do some simple math.
You can see it, because I can only name one brother that Cyclops has. Does he have like space brothers? Because I know his dad lives in space.
That was a long-running joke of Jay and it's Jay and Miles, right? I'm getting the name change right. Jay and Miles explain the X-Men, which I think congratulations are in order to them. I think they are ending their podcast. They have explained the X-Men.
My God,
I saw that some
what an
time
achievement.
ago. Yeah, but that was always some like ongoing joke that like Mr. Sinister would be like vaguely referring that maybe there's a third Summers brother out there. Maybe, but we don't know. It's like, oh, I am the third one, but then it turned out not, and then, you know, all that stuff.
Okay, so it's Scott. What's Scott's brother's name? The one I think I know, the main one.
God, what was it? He was in First Class, right?
Right. Havoc, is that his name?
I think so.
But what's his real name? Is it like Chris or something?
Brothers. I'm looking all of this up. Alex Summers is Havoc.
Alex Summers.
And then supposedly Gabriel Summers, aka Vulcan, who I'm not really
okay, that does sound familiar.
With.
And so Mr. Sinister is saying he's the fourth brother, or
I don't
he knows there's a fourth one.
I don't know specifically. I feel like there's this ongoing joke of who the third Summers brother is. Okay. And that, you know, some person will claim that it's them. And this has gotten a life of its own. That I was just like, I just want this to be a dumb little intro bit because we got the casting announcement of Cyclops this week. So welcome to the MCU, Cyclops. Melissa, hi. How are you?
I'm great. Are you ready for a Madlib?
Ooh, I am so ready.
Great. I cleaned out my closet and I found 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I found 7 books of Madlibs that I've held on to, I think, for 20 years.
I was about to ask, like, is this something like you went over to like someone's house and their kid had a Madlib book and you were just like, I'm gonna take that?
I've always been a Madlibs person. I still think they're great fun. Oh, yeah. There's such little time capsules of whatever it was you were into. All of the dumb references. I'm finding ones that are like, this is from my Pokemon era. This is from my Lord of the Rings era. So I found an old one I wanted to read you. Kyle, this is about bike riding.
Okay.
Whenever there is a gas shortage, people start riding bicycles. This saves money, gas, and billies, and is great exercise for developing your pipes. If you like to go fast, you should get a speed bike, which has baby blue wheels and heavy old Gulp. Speed bikes come with either a dorky seat or a bed sheet. They also have very low stickmen. The other kind of bike is called a dirt bike. It has big, fat, real men of genius and no trash cheese. Dirt bikers enter motocross meets and climb up its burning hills and risk their oyster, riding over very rough and glowing terrain. No matter what kind of bike you have, you must always put reflectors and lights on it if you climb at night, so that Porsches will not run into you.
Amazing. It's giving big, fat, real rich people genius. That's what whatever that one was. That's so funny.
This summoned for me the memory of the Real Men of Genius radio commercials, which I think were for like Budweiser. And I think the best decisions the Real Men of Genius ever had were just to drink another Budweiser. I have to look this up. Like, you'll find references to like old shows or movies or pop culture figures that you do still remember, but it's the commercials that'll worm their way so intensely into your life for like 2 months and then be gone for your consciousness. And then you read it again and you're like, I think I knew what this was once.
Weird. I
You're
don't
getting
remember
flashes of
these.
something. This means something. Okay, Kyle, we're going to fill out a Mad Lib now.
Okay, sure. Yeah.
What's a good one?
Interesting.
What's one I haven't done already? All right. Kyle, give me a liquid.
Mountain Dew.
Oh, of course. All right. Give me a noun.
The X-Men.
Okay.
Does that work for a noun?
Sure. Give me an adjective.
Purple.
And another noun.
Headphones.
Verb present tense.
Run.
Noun.
Cheeseburger.
Noun.
Airplane.
Noun.
Pistol.
A country.
South Africa.
Adjective.
Hungry.
Noun.
Telephone pole.
And one more liquid.
Blood.
Great. We're going to read this later.
Okay.
This is our final segment of the show. I want you to have forgotten everything you said.
Great. Good news is I've already forgotten it. So in one ear, out the other.
You had such normal answers. When I was a kid, I pressured myself to come up with the weirdest stuff possible.
Yeah.
And I look back at these and I can see how hard I was trying. And I'm like, you should have just had a normal answer. And that would have, in fact, been less embarrassing.
It's like Big Gulp's grandfather, Old Gulp. There you go.
I can barely read that. I'm pretty sure that says Old Gulp.
I was trying to think of like what else that could have been. And I don't know. Right, like there's not even like, oh, maybe you misspelled this one thing, but no. It's so funny though.
I think Old Gulp is just a small black coffee with a side of the newspaper.
Sure, yeah. That makes sense.
Old Gulp is a river. Old Gulp is the waterways of America.
We are the Old Gulp. Melissa, I met my neighbors like 2 weeks ago, I guess at this point, or met some of my neighbors. I still have not really met the ones that we used to think were swingers or stuff on that side. Haven't met haven't like truly met the Hispanic family that's on that side of us. I still see the kid now that summer's out. He's playing a lot more soccer in his backyard, so he's always hopping the fence to go get the balls he's hit over into ours. But on Tuesdays, that's my trash day. So Monday night is when I put my trash out. And Monday evening, I go to take my trash out. I open the garage. I start wheeling the bin out there. And my garage opens, and there's these 3 giant boxes in front of the garage. And one, I'm confused of like, why are there boxes here? I didn't order anything, I don't think. Did I forget that I ordered something? I don't know. I was just like, I don't know. But if you're looking at my house from the street, my front door is on the left. And then the garage is on it's right. These were on the furthest right of the garage you could get, like the furthest away from my door you could get. Like, didn't even bring it closer up to the front door. Like we have like a little gate that sometimes if the delivery person is feeling lazy, they'll just put stuff outside of the gate. And I'm always like, come on, that's not my door. But with these bigger boxes, sometimes people like to pull them in their garage and stuff like that. So it's like, okay, they set this out by the garage. That makes sense. But the like furthest from the front door that you can get on the garage, it was just odd. So look at these boxes, immediately these aren't for me. In fact, the delivery person delivered them to the wrong address. And I think I've explained this to you before, but the street that I live on, shaped like a U and like cut down the middle at the very bottom of the U, the street changes names, kind of.
Yep.
It goes from it's the same street name on both of them, but one is street and one is place. That's it. And then so I live on street, and the one that this went to was on place, but the numbers on place are all identical to everything that's on street. So everyone's mail just it's horrible.
This is a Mr. Sinister plot,
right? Yeah. And so I was like, well. And these boxes like weren't like small delivery packages. These were giant boxes. So I was like, I would take these over, but I can't go over. Like I can't bring these over there. So I walked all the way around and I knocked on, that neighbor's door. And just the cutest little old man answers, and he's like, hello. And I'm like, my name is Kyle. I'm your neighbor. I live like across the street. This is really weird. I think you got a package or packages, but they delivered it to me. But there are these big giant packages, and so I can't take it to you. So what do you want me to do? And I looked at the box. I think it was a chair. And so he just goes, oh, they sent it early. We weren't expecting it for like 4 more days. So I was like, well, I guess you're in luck, but we might need some help to get this over. Because I was like, if I can't lift these, there's no way you're going to be able to lift these things here. So he was like, let me get my truck. We'll drive back over there. We can at least lift them into the truck. And then if you could help me to bring them inside. So he was super nice. His name is Tom. And him and his wife have been in that house for 61 years.
Wow.
Yeah, they had the house built like when that neighborhood was up there.
Sweet.
They had it built, and the thing they bought was a chair, the ones that like stand up to like help you get out of the chair because his wife was having some issues. But yeah, he was trying to apologize and stuff. I was like, no, you don't need like this is not your fault. Like I would have brought these over, but these were just too big for me to like lug all the way over here, and I don't have a car. But it was just nice to meet him. I was like, hey, if you need something, just let me know. I'll be down the street here. So fun times in the neighborhood.
Good.
That's my entire story. That's it. Yeah. So Melissa, let's jump over to our cinema corner here, because I got something I want to talk about that I think you will be excited that I have to talk about. So let's jump in. Melissa, I finally went back and I watched all 4 seasons of Servant on Apple TV.
I'm proud of you.
Thank you. Yes. Yeah, I've been kind of slowly but surely going through all of my shows. I'm like at the end where I can watch this show week to week now. I'm watching Silo season 3 week to week now. Um, Stuff like that. The My Adventures with Superman season 3 week to week. It's fun stuff. But yeah, The Servant was like one of the last like multiple season shows that I had to watch. And of course, we covered season 1 on an older podcast of ours a long time ago. I think you went back and watched it all or watched most of it.
I did watch all of it.
Cool, good. Yeah. So I enjoyed it. I had a roller coaster ride with this show.
Yes.
One, I'm not as into horror stuff as you are, but when we watched that one, I was like, this is actually a really interesting idea. That like, there's some fun places that this show can go, and it's interesting to see how small the show is. It all takes place inside that house.
Yes.
And just to see what do they do in other seasons? Are there more houses? Do they go somewhere else? Is it still all just in this one house? And it is still mostly just in that one house.
Yes. In season 2, they add attic.
Yes.
In season 3, they add small park across the street. And in season 4, they add little basement apartment that they always meant to renovate and turn into an Airbnb, but they never did.
Yeah.
Like, it does
the
grow
property
by
keeps
meters.
expanding. Yeah. Of like, oh, you didn't know that we had this room in the house. For those of you who don't know or are unfamiliar with the show, Servant is on Apple TV. Like we said, it's 4 seasons. It is a show. It's actually pretty heavy subject matter. It is about a family who has lost a child, and the wife is having trouble dealing with that. So the husband has bought her this look-alike doll that is supposed to be a stand-in for their child until, not really until things calm down, but to kind of help the wife both remember and deal with that grief as she comes to terms with the fact that it is a doll, not a real child. But the wife is just kind of assuming that it is her child. Like she's just acting like this is my child. This is a regular human baby. And for most of the first episode, like you think so too. You don't really see the child. You just know, hey, they've hired a nanny to come. And so here comes this like young, quiet, unassuming girl into the house who's going to be the like live-in nanny to take care of the child while the mom now has to go back to work and stuff like that and can't be there all the time. The husband is often there in the house, but has a very intense work schedule, as well as he's a chef, a consulting chef. So they need someone who can take care of the baby. And so they're like welcoming in this nanny, and the mom goes upstairs, and the husband is like, all right, well, now that she's gone, you can drop the act. And you're like, well, wait, what? He's like, yeah, it's a baby. We know this. It's a doll. We know this situation is strange. Like, just when she's around, please keep up the act. When she's not, like, I don't give a damn what you do. And he's like waving this doll, like ragdolling around, right? And she's just like horrified of like, why would you treat the baby like this? Like, I don't know what you mean. Like, this is the child. Like, you hired me to take care of this child. And it's one of those things that, like, they have the baby upstairs in the crib, and they have the, like, little walkie-talkie listening device things. And all of a sudden, they hear baby noises from upstairs when that doll is supposed to be upstairs. And they go upstairs, and it is a real-life baby. And everyone's like, what happened? And so yeah, it is this like horror show about like, is there something up with this nanny? Is there something up with this doll? is there something up with this family? Is there something up with this house? What is like?
Right.
Yeah, and so it's just a comedy of errors. I think is a good way to describe that show.
That's true. I would call it a horror of errors.
Yes.
There's the mystery of, okay, this is a real baby. Like, did this girl smuggle in a real baby? Is this a teenage runaway young mother who is using this as a front to hide her baby? And she's just going to like force the baby upon us.
Is it hers? Did she kidnap it? Yeah. Yeah.
Right. Right. And then just how they go from there. And it is such a micro show. It is the parents, the nanny, and the mom's ne'er-do-well brother.
Yeah.
And a few supporting characters beyond that, but mostly it is 4 people and 1 baby in one Philadelphia brownstone. And it is shocking how much mileage they get out of that being the premise.
And even saying that, like, hey, they get some real mileage here is also a roller coaster. Season 2, I thought, was just unbearable. Almost. It truly becomes like the quintessential. All of this would be solved if you just sat down and talked to each other, have an adult conversation and just talk. And what makes it worse is that they all know it too. They're all like, what do you mean? Like they each keep asking other characters that. What are you talking about? What do you mean? Why haven't you told her? And it's just like like I'm screaming internally.
Mm-hmm.
And right as the character is about to answer it or say something or do something, then something else happens and they leave the room or like, and it's just like, oh my God, this is unbearable. I'm rolling my eyes constantly. But then
there's also great more moments of horror and tension. I'm still haunted by the episode with like the taffy pulling hook.
Oh, that felt like an episode from The Bear, almost. I'm just like, oh, I know something bad is going to happen with this taffy hook. This is horrifying.
But in a horror type of way, beyond just the workplace stress of The Bear.
Yeah.
Stuff like they'll set up something like the staircase is starting to creak, and you watch this thing fester and get worse and worse over the course of a whole season until it breaks at the worst possible moment and like ruins everything. It is sometimes it does feel like it's spinning its wheels a little bit, but most of the time I'm like, interesting that they keep finding new little twists and turns and cul-de-sacs and loops back on itself to keep the momentum going when the ingredients are so small and so simple.
It's just it's such a bizarre show that I'm so fascinated with it, right? Because at the end of the day, even having watched all 4 seasons, I don't know if I would tell someone it's the greatest show out there. But there's a bunch of like individual bits and pieces that I love. Like, oh, this scene was great. This episode was great. I like Toby Kebbell in this, who plays the dad, the husband. I like him a lot more than I liked him in For All Mankind. I think he's doing some great character work in this show that I don't think we're really getting. Like, he just seems a lot more flat in For All Mankind. But I also think that's a bigger, like, spread thin show where like he's not really given the time to do all of that. We're just stuck in that house with these 4 characters, and they do some great work.
Lauren Ambrose's performance as the mom was my single favorite actress's performance on everything we ever covered on the review show. She is stunning in this.
We're kind of spoiling it, but not really. But when they finally tell her and they're in the car and it's just that long shot on her face as she's like finally starting to remember stuff and it like just great work, incredible stuff.
Yes.
Rupert Grint, who you guys all know as Ron Weasley from the Harry Potter movies, incredible work because I hate his character. He does such a good job of just being a piece of shit
Yes.
Like, I love to hate him in that show. He's just like, anytime he enters the room, I'm like, oh, this asshole. I don't want to be in the same room as him, but he's so good at playing that character that I'm just like, you're like, I kind of want to see how you're gonna be passive aggressive
Yeah.
and just such a dick to whoever else is in the house.
And he's a character that you would expect.
Sorry to interrupt. I just remembered the scene where he's those two live-in nurses that they have eventually, and he's searching their room and he finds their dildos.
Yes, that's a good one.
Horrified.
Yes. He's a character. He's like this cokehead finance bro brother of the wife. And it's extremely ambiguous what it is he actually does. I think it's something in finance. He wears nice suits. But he's a character that you would expect to be completely absent from his family's life. So the fact that he is there, that he is constantly there, that he is making an effort is endearing.
Yeah.
But yes, it is like, why is this man continuing to be so present, but so irresponsible?
Yeah, and the show does a good job of also like starting to drop hints of things that the show never explains or doesn't even dive into.
Love that.
So like lots of good stuff to glean out of the show, which is interesting for sure. But yeah, that was Servant. I finally watched it all.
I'm happy. I like the ending of Servant. I find that ending very powerful. And it's a fun show to watch. It's so surprising, and it's not a big commitment either, because it's like 10 episodes in a season. They're like 30, 35 minutes. This goes down real fast.
Yep, it certainly does. It certainly does. I enjoyed that one quite a bit. Also, just got done watching season 2 of Sugar. The finale was out just 2 days ago.
How's Sugar doing?
I really liked this season a lot. For those of you who don't know, Sugar, also on Apple TV. It's a crime noir set in like Hollywood-ish. I forget, like LA.
Yes.
But it is very just like entrenched in old Hollywood. They do these really, really cool stylistic things where they splice in. Right.
It's a modern day neo-noir, but yes, very old Hollywood flavored.
Because they splice in little quick cuts of old Hollywood movies. Ones you might know, ones you might have never seen before. And it's just these scenes to help a character express a look or a feeling or an emotion, right? And these scenes say a lot about what the characters are thinking, especially Sugar. I think he's the one that mainly gets those like interspliced stuff. But there is a twist to that show. Colin Farrell plays the main detective, John Sugar. There's a twist in that show that I think is going to throw a lot of people for the loop. And anytime I've made a post on Threads that picks up some traction, that seems to be the thing of like there's some people who love it, and there's some people who are like, that twist was awful. Like I gave up. No, thank you.
The whole time I was watching that first season, I'm like, there's something up with this man. And like, I don't think this man is human. But the answer as to what he actually is a big surprise, and not what I thought the show was exactly going to do. Yeah, I'm not quite sure how much I liked it. Do they get their money's worth out of season 2? Do they really put that twist to work?
I think because that twist is now out of the way, they could really focus on John as a character, who he is, what he likes, and the mystery that's happening in season 2. I really enjoyed it. I thought it was fantastic. And it's not as big of like a twist, but there are some revelations that are on kind of the same wavelength as that still has to deal with who John is. and all of that stuff, and his people, his family, right? That is kind of the stuff that's happening at the end of season 2. But I liked the like as a crime noir, like murder mystery thing on its own. I thought season 2 really shined because it was able to get past the obstacle of that like initial reveal. Like now that that's not hanging over us, like just crime noir, good fun, you know. So yeah, highly
I
recommend it.
have great. I've circled back around to Pluribus. I've only
Ooh,
watched a
good.
few
Okay.
more episodes, but
Yeah.
I want to finish that before the Emmy Awards,
Sure, yeah.
which are in about a month. So that's my deadline to catch up on some notable television.
Did it all start rushing back in, or did you start from episode 1 again, or did you start at episode
I remembered
2?
enough of episode 1. The good thing about this show is that it really takes its time. So there's not that much information you have to remember from the pilot.
Right, yeah. Which we
It doesn't
covered
get
the
that
pilot
far.
on our Patreon first show, the Pilots Club. You guys can get access to that at the $3 tier and above on our Patreon, whatnauts.com. Go for it. So, any thoughts on episodes 2 and 3 or whatnot that you've seen?
No, not for just 2 more episodes.
Sure.
Give me at least the season. I'll report back.
Sure, good. So there is something we both have seen, but do you want to do this other one that you've watched before we dive into that? Because I feel like that'll be a big discussion. The Spider-Man one that we've both seen.
Spider-Man's important. He's our boy. I went to see I Want Your Sex. Did you see the trailers for this one?
I don't know. It's not ringing a bell off the top of my head.
Cooper Hoffman plays a young man who gets a job working in the studio of this famous avant-garde pop artist played by Olivia Wilde, and she wants to have sex with him in a sort of distant way of, I think you're attractive. Clearly you think I'm attractive. I find sex to be inspirational for my artwork. Why don't we have sex? No strings attached. And it's just her being cold and weird to him.
And he's still being like, please have sex with me.
The movie's a comedy, and it's a very silly comedy. Way more than I would have expected based on the trailer. It is it's a horny Saturday morning cartoon.
Okay, interesting.
Yes.
Well, God, what was Boots Riley's new movie where it just
Love Boosters?
It felt very Looney Tunes, like Acme style. Like, does it have that kind of vibe?
Yes.
Interesting. Huh, okay. I Want Your Sex. I might have to look it up and see.
It's got the most bananas ending I've seen since The Substance.
Okay. I was going to say The Prisoner.
And speaking in the timeline of modern cinema, I'm going to say The Substance, but yeah, The Prisoner.
Cool. Good stuff.
Great.
Good stuff.
Let's talk about our boy Spider-Man.
Our boy, Peter Parker. Yeah, I went to go see Spider-Man. You went to go see Spider-Man. We all went to go see Spider-Man.
To the tune of like $600 million. People went to go see Spider-Man.
Right, yeah. I really, really enjoyed it. I thought this was fantastic.
Yes.
I was still like, of course we've talked about like who everyone thought Sadie Sink's character was gonna be before this, but I was still trying to be like, okay, but if she's not Jean Grey, like who else could she be? And there's no one. There's no one else she could have been.
Yeah.
It's still kind of weird, though, that Jean Grey is in, like, a Spider-Man comic. They're usually not characters that cross over with each other all that much. But I had a great time with this. What did you think?
I did have a great time. The movie is heavy, but in a way that does feel earned, and it isn't angsty in the way that this movie might have been if it was made like 10 years ago.
Yeah.
It is more wistful, regretful, poignant, heartbroken.
And
It's
it
a very
handles all of that stuff
specific
really
emotional
well.
wavelength.
Yeah. Yeah. It handles all those delicate bits really well. I'm not gonna spoil the things in here, but there is a scene where Peter apologizes to MJ for something that she didn't know happened. And like it's just a really nice inclusion into the movie that like if he hadn't said anything, he kind of could have kept that secret and like no one like everyone just could have been none the wiser and moved on. But it speaks volumes to
Yes.
Peter's character that he just gives this simple apologies like, hey, this thing happened between us, you wouldn't have known, I just wanted to get that out there. And it's just like, great, thanks. And like yeah, you're right, there's nothing I could have done, I don't remember it, right? Like, but it just felt like that's a very mature move, and I liked that like it handles that kind of stuff with that level of maturity that I think, like you said, it really earns these harder emotional moments through smaller stuff like that.
For as effective as all of the Peter and MJ stuff is, which is largely because you can tell like these are two real life partners who are so just bounce off each other so well. They have such off the charts chemistry in like a deep emotional way that you don't often see. Sometimes you see a real life couple cast together in a movie and it's more of like a sizzling sexual chemistry, like a Mr. and Mrs. Smith thing.
Sure.
To
Yeah.
see a couple play off each other in such a like deep, raw way is like really unique, especially for such a young person's movie. I don't think I've seen young people do this on screen before. But for all of that, it's the Ned stuff that really gets you.
Yeah.
Like when you see Peter and Ned doing Legos together, I wanted to cry.
Yeah, I did too. I teared up like when she showed him the drawing of them. I was just like, oh, my heart.
And you didn't realize how important that is to you. And I was talking to Jacqueline about this. Jacqueline, who just watched all other Spider-Man movies in a row leading up to this. And
which
she's
I
like,
Spider-Man don't think you need to do all of that stuff. If you're out there being like, do I need to watch all of this? No, you can jump in with
No. Yeah, start here. If you're a normie, I guess, who doesn't care about the history and legacy of Spider-Man. But she's saying like Spider-Man has had many loves before. He's had other romantic storylines that we'd like as much that are effective as this. Spider-Man has never had just a bro before. He's had Harry Osborns that turn dark on him. He does not. Ned is so unique in the entire cinematic language of anything related to Spider-Man. He is so rare and so precious.
Yeah.
Like, that's the secret weapon. The secret sauce is Ned. Protect really Ned at all costs.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, they're great. I had a great time. I thought the Punisher being in this, John Bernthal is fantastic as the Punisher. He has maybe one of the funniest moments of the whole film.
Yes.
Just busted out laughing at this one scene. Lots of really, really great stuff. Yeah, just great emotional character work. I love the introduction of the X-Men more characters involved in this. And we've gotten hints of, the X-Men and the mutants and stuff like that, but good stuff.
I like that it is Aunt May's words to Spider-Man that are now finding themselves as the cornerstone of what is going to become the X-Men. I think that's a really lovely tribute to this character that means so much to us and to the Marvel universe at large.
To be honest,
I don't
what a
know.
great move. Again,
Yes.
without really spoiling much, to have Tony Stark, like, so important to the MCU, be this mentor for Peter Parker instead of an Uncle Ben, right? Was like, I can see how they get there. I don't know how I like it at first, but it worked. It worked really well. And then to like turn that around and be like, okay, but what if like Aunt May is like the group mom to the X-Men,
Yes.
like
Yeah.
posthumously? How incredible would that be? That would be awesome.
Such a really lovely tribute that I think we are ready for. We respond to. We all liked Marissa Tomei that much.
She was fantastic.
It doesn't feel sort of like awkwardly forced in there. It feels very graceful. What did you think about the VMAX twist?
Little disappointing, but also that's not really what I like. I think it's playing on the like, and new rock stars will love to try and figure out the mystery of VMAX before they actually see the movie, which I don't know if that was named in the trailers, right? But like, it's that kind of
this
thing.
Was entirely,
right?
and this was nothing that was hinted at in the trailers at all. I think even I calling it a twist maybe puts more weight on it than the thing is intended to have. It's more of like we're fully contextualizing this MacGuffin and telling you it is not what you thought it's been the whole time.
It's a mystery MacGuffin.
Stuck out in my head. I'm like, there's something else in cinema that is like this. There's a comp for this. What is it? And I realized it's in the Lego movie when they keep talking about the Kraggle, like this great, terrible weapon, the Kraggle, and then it's revealed that it's crazy glue.
Right. Yeah.
That's what VMAX is. It's the new Kraggle.
Yeah. Like it's disappointing in terms of it being a twist or important to the MCU in some way, right?
I think it's a fine twist if you don't care about anything tying back to comic books.
Exactly. I think we're driven. So like I've gotten out of it for most of it for like theorizing of like, oh, and here's how this will tie into X-Men and Avengers Doomsday and all of this, right? Like I still check in on the new rock stars every now and then, but I don't theorize as much as I used to. Like I've seen people out there trying to theorize who MJ's new boyfriend is and how he ties into all of this stuff, and I'm just like, I don't care who he is. I don't think he's important at all.
Yeah, I don't think
he's just a no one.
The one thing that did kind of pinch at me after the movie was over, she talks about like, oh, I was in a biochem and then I switched to aerospace, and she gets the job interview for this big conglomerate company and she's like, I don't think I'm going to take it, and that's never explained. And I'm like, is this our what is this something? Is this going to turn out to be in this universe the company that builds the rocket that goes into space and brings back the Venom symbiote? I'm like, does this have meaning? Does this have mythological comic book meaning? That one I couldn't. That one felt like it was going somewhere, or at least is starting to plant a seed for something that is going to be a much longer game in the way that I don't think The Boyfriend was.
Right. Yeah. But I think audiences are so eager to find an Easter egg that they just over scrutinize everything. And I think that VMAX twist is kind of playing on that.
Perhaps.
Yeah. I thought this was great. I know you have not played the recent Spider-Man video games, but a lot of the fighting in this was very inspired by those video games, which I think I saw something that Tom was the one who was like, I want it to be a little bit more like the gates, so that if people are coming to this from the games, like there's kind of a connection there, which the game then also does a really good job of putting in all these alternate Spider-Man suits that you can play as, and they put his no suit in the game there. So good stuff with all of that. I had a blast. It was fantastic.
Yeah.
I really loved it. I don't know if I have much like spoilery stuff to say, unless you want to talk about like the end credits scene. Do you want to talk about that real fast? Let me hit our spoiler button here so we can at least be like, hey, if you don't want to hear like end credits stuff, tune out for the next handful of bits here.
What do you think it means?
I think, I don't know. I'm assuming Battle World in some way, shape, or form, right? A bunch of the heroes will get transported to some other world.
The fact that it's dropped a pin in its space, I thought Battle World was like another dimension. I didn't think it was just like a spaceship right away. I didn't think you could physically, get in a vehicle and transport yourself there.
But that's the thing is like, how would Ned's little dinky little app know to do?
You fall. You know clip, like how you get into the back rooms.
But like, how would it know to track something to another dimension? I don't know, or an alternate universe kind of thing, right? Like, I don't know if they would exactly have that. They
could have shown it in a way that appeared more like a black void off the map. It looks like that is space.
Right,
that is outer space. So I'm like, I didn't think we were going to space. I thought we were going to dimension, and that's different.
But then I'm wondering if somehow does this tie back into the Venom symbiote being back in there? Like, is this because like the symbiotes all have a hive mind? So I'm wondering if the symbiote from Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man like has connections to the one that was also in the Sony Venom movies with what's his butt, and since that little bit of it is still in the MCU somewhere, it's just out there. Does it have some kind of trace Peter Parker DNA in there? Somehow, some way, shape, or form. I don't know. But that's a big stretch.
But why would it be suddenly popping up in space? I feel like if the Venom goo is still stuck to that bar top in Mexico and it is a hive mind with all other Venoms, and like the Topher Grace Venom once like sucked up that Peter Parker, that Venom goo, that like little bitty blob already has the Peter Parker sense memory in it. It would have already been on the tracker. I don't know why it's just appearing now.
Maybe it left. It went home. It went to its home planet,
and it came back.
Right, and it's now coming back. Or there is a like symbiote Venom related villain named Null, which they kind of did in one of the Venom movies. They didn't really do him all that well, but there could be some kind of version of that. But again, I'm stretching like that. That's such a reach that I don't think that's happening. But I don't know.
What I want more than anything is for one of these movies to open with a cold open of like the voyage of the Venom goo just inching itself along like a little inchworm. And where does the goo go? What's home. The journey of the goo?
Yeah.
Like the goo has just quietly been infecting and like making Venom people just silently in the background of the MCU for years. And there's just so much other stuff going on. It's never even made the news.
I did see the New Rockstars like theory on this here, and they I completely forgot. Oh yeah, Ned was able to do magic and open portals. Like he has some kind of magical ability in him. So I wonder if there is some like, oh, this is Andrew Garfield's Spider-Man or Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man that has been pulled into Doomsday Battle World somehow. And that's it. Like we get another one of them in there.
Today I was trying to explain a movie to my mom and I mentioned Andrew Garfield was in it. And she said, "What, Garfield?"
And Andrew did what to my Garfield?
I don't think she knows who Andrew Garfield is. And I told her, I'm like, I know you've seen this man. I don't know when. I don't know where. I know you've seen him. He's not new to you.
Is he Spider-Man, but in other movies, they constantly reference that he's been Spider-Man. He even is the meme of the guy in New York posing as Spider-Man for pictures and then being like, yes, I got like $10 for being Spider-Man.
I think she vaguely knows that there was a Spider-Man in between, and I told her he was the in-between one.
The in-betweener. Creates Battle World. That's how we get Secret Wars.
I do feel like this is new Spider-Man. And I think there was some DoorDash delivery driver who was like, I saw Tobey Maguire in London. I delivered a falafel to Tobey Maguire. I think he's filming Doomsday.
Well, yeah, because he's confirmed for Secret Wars, but not Doomsday yet, right? Is that what I heard? Sorry, you were saying Andrew Garfield.
I said Toby.
My mind went to Tom Holland for all the delivery stuff, which then I remember everyone commenting how weird it is that he keeps buying Little Caesars pizza in the middle of New York.
New York City.
But they have some brand deal. I keep seeing ads for Little Caesars.
That's the best you can get outside of New York City, is it? I mean, if you're not in New York City, pizza capital of the United States, that is like cheap pizza. God,
it's cheap pizza everywhere.
Stop. Sometimes I hear a ghost of myself. Do you hear her?
No.
Why do I hear her?
It might be your headphones.
Now. I don't hear her all the time. Sometimes I say something and then I hear the echo back in my ears, and I'm like, who said that? Your headphones might
be desyncing, or something like that. Who knows? But
okay, as long as she's not on the recording and you can't hear her.
I can't at all. No.
Okay.
But, I was also, after having watched this movie, trying to think of like, what are other elements of Spider-Man that they haven't done yet that they could bring back in? And this does not have to like necessarily be like, well, they kind of did Gwen Stacy, so we'll never see her again. They could still do Gwen Stacy, right? But yeah, they haven't done clones yet. I know that was a big thing. But I'm more trying to think of like, what villains could they do? I would like to see a more comic book accurate Electro. Not the Jamie Foxx one that we got, who's a little bit more based on the Ultimate universe, the original Ultimate universe, but like green suit with like the electric like star mask thing. That's what I want. Some dumb looking costumes.
I wish I had $1 every time you brought up the Spider-Man clone saga, because I'd have a lot of money.
It's just one that people like. Even if you're just like normal Spider-Man fan, a lot of people still don't know that that's like a major part of his mythology. Like I've recently caught up on a bunch of the Spider-Man comics that are out right now that I've been reading here, and Ben Reilly is a big part of that. And it's just like, man, like this is a part of his mythos that none of the movies talked about at all. So yeah, I mean, there's stuff like that. There's like a sciencey aspect to the character that that they haven't. I mean, obviously he's smart. He makes his own webs. He knows how to do all of this stuff. There was a bunch of science he did in this, but like working for a big company, Peter Parker, who also has to be Spider-Man. They haven't really done that. And I like a fantastic use of Hulk in this movie and Bruce Banner. I was surprised there was no mention of Kurt Connors in this, because like Kurt Connors could have filled that role, the lizard, or had like Hulk could have been like, yes, in fact, I know, like I have a colleague who I think you can talk to. Like no mention of that.
After the events of No Way Home, did our Peter, Tom Holland Peter, did he have an opportunity to learn enough about these outside supervillains so that then he would be on the lookout for that happening in his universe? Is he like watching out for petty crooks who fall into a pit of magic sand?
Right, yeah.
Is he making sure this doesn't happen
Why
to
does
people?
Spider-Man keep saving me?
Because these particular villains who visit him from other places.
That's kind of
Green Goblin, he kind of did that to himself. But the other ones, they had like an experiment go wrong. Is our Peter on the lookout for that? How does he prevent an Electro from happening? Is he working on it?
That's kind of an interesting thought. So they recently relaunched the Ultimate Universe of Marvel Comics. Yeah, it's not it's not necessarily a continuation, but if you know some things, it kind of is. But the premise of that is stick with me now. The original Ultimate Reed Richards from the Fantastic Four, who turned evil, changed his name to The Maker, and has been living in the 616 in the comics for a long, long time, remade an Ultimate Universe in which he went back in this like newly created Ultimate Universe's history to change the history and made sure that like all of the heroes didn't get their powers. So he discourages, Captain America from enlisting. He makes sure that like the spider that bites Peter doesn't bite him. Like he does this for literally everyone until he's like reshaped his whole thing. And then there's some
I like that he defeats the heroes by making sure the circumstances never arise to even create them. And he's just doing small mundane acts all across the Marvel universe of stuff that isn't evil. He's just stepping on a spider.
Right, yeah. And like in the same way that MJ like has these memories of Spider-Man saving her a bunch in high school, right? And is like, he did save me a bunch. That's kind of weird. Why does he save me a bunch? I don't know. But like, yeah, what if like Sandman, or I guess not Sandman. What's his name again? I don't remember.
Flint Marko.
Flint. Yeah. What if Flint is there just like, why the hell do you keep saving me from all this? Like that'd be kind of funny. But I would love to see the consequences of that. Like, is this a thing where like the universe starts to push back a little bit here, and like Flint Marko was always supposed to? Right? Yes, maybe there is. I don't know.
Sandman is an anchor being.
Sandman is inevitable. He's a nexus point. That's how they build Battle World. He's the glue that keeps Battle World together. They need the sand.
Like, dig under the bedrock, and there's Sandman.
You can't just put a bunch of big chunky rocks together. There's going to be all these holes to fill in all of that. You need something that gets in the smaller cracks.
That is okay. So
Sandman.
I know the twist in the comics, in the Battle World comics, where the sun is Johnny Storm and the wall is Ben Grimm.
Yeah, I was just
we can see that coming. But we will not see coming a piece of sand on the ground starts talking to you, and it's Thomas Hayden Church. Nobody's going to see coming that the sand is Sandman.
Yeah. That's actually kind of interesting though, and like Doctor Doom needs a Sandman to occur, right?
This is how I want the current DC cinematic universe to introduce Plastic Man. Just like maybe 85% of the way into a movie, some other movie, Superman of Tomorrow or whatever, the wall just opens its eyes. He was here the whole time. I need that more than anything. Just an object or a space to suddenly.
Well, hey there, Soups. You mind if I cut in?
Hi.
Yeah.
Please,
that's great.
please, James Gunn, hear my prayers.
Yeah, that's great. That's fantastic. Or it's that like sometimes you'll see like an artwork or a photographer that just gets a bunch of humans together to like have them all pile on top of each other. Maybe they're all naked or something. Like, you've seen pictures like that where it's like they're just like 1,000 people in this space, and they're all just like piled on top of each other.
I'll Google naked human pile and see if it looks familiar.
Go for it. You know, I've seen that one. But like, there's stuff like that. What if it's like reverse comic book origin story where a regular piece of plastic falls into a giant like area of humans and becomes Plastic Man?
Wow.
Instead of like human falling into vat of acid or dangerous chemicals, it's like
acid falls in a vat of humans.
Piece of trash letter gets blown into into a human. I'm eating all these like microplastics. Oh no.
In the X-Files reboot season that happened like 10 years ago, there is an episode about a like wereman that is a monster that during the full moon becomes a man and is like, I guess I'm a man, and walks around and tries to do man stuff.
You're not a werewolf, you're a wereman.
Exactly.
I've been everywhere, man. I've been everywhere. Anyways, the last thing I will say for Spider-Man is that, of course, my first thought when we also see Sadie Sink on the bus, I'm like, she's going upstate.
Going to school.
Has to be. Yep. I liked what they did with her character too. That was some good stuff.
Yeah, I'm curious to see how it goes with her being so dark to begin with, and then receiving this guidance, this mentorship, having a reason to like look back and like break out of it and shake herself off and like get a fresh start.
To be honest, like, there's precedence for that in the X-Men. Quicksilver and Scarlet Witch started as villains in the comics and then went over to the X-Men's side. But we've already done Quicksilver and we've already done Scarlet Witch in this. So I'm wondering if this is like those odd, it's not rhyming per se, but they're using some of the same themes in a different new way that I kind of like, of like, oh, she started out as a villain. Like, this is like, she's going to have to deal with this here. But I think she's been set on a good path, and I think is, maybe going to be pretty moody, to say the least, but, maybe like a young, strapping Scott Summers might woo her over to the good side, or who knows what.
Let's talk about him.
We'll get to him in just a sec. I feel like this is a good time for us to do some housekeeping and take a break, and then we can dive into all the non-Spidey Marvel news that happened in the past couple weeks here. So we'll be right back, and don't forget, stick around to hear the rest of Melissa's Mad Lib when we return at the end of the podcast. We've been making podcasts and exploring the universe for the past decades here at the Whatnauts, but to keep doing that, we need your help. If you've enjoyed this show, please consider supporting us by going to our website, thewhatnauts.com, and signing up for a free 7-day trial of our Patreon, or gifting a subscription to someone you think may enjoy our shows. A subscription gets you access to episodes early and over 40 hours of exclusive content, including the most recent episodes of our Patreon first podcast, The Pilots Club. If you don't want another subscription, no problem. There's even an option to buy the Pilots Club collection as a one-time purchase, which gets you access to the newest episodes of the Pilots Club as we record them without the monthly subscription. Once again, that's thewhatnauts.com to sign up for a free 7-day trial. But one of the most important ways to support us is simply leaving a nice rating and review on your podcasting app of choice. It seriously helps us out a ton. Lastly, go subscribe to our YouTube channel for video versions of the podcast, and for any other updates, follow us on Blue Sky at thewhatnauts.com and at Threads, The Whatnauts Official. Thank you so much for your support. And we're back. A big shout out to all of our Patreon supporters. Thank you so much. We love you. And an extra special shout out to Ashley. Thank you.
Thank you,
We love
Ashley.
you a lot. Yeah, you're.
I'm sure I did
fantastic.
many a
You're incredible.
Madlib back in the day with Ashley. I look forward to doing it again. I'm bringing back adult Madlibs, guys. Get ready.
Yeah. Yeah.
We're going off screen time. We are going back to pen and paper games among friends.
Over on the Pilots Club, we just recorded an episode on Reboot, the all CGI animated cartoon. And man, that was a fun one to go back into and walk down memory lane with some fascinating history attached to that show for television nerds out there. But yeah, that was a blast. And then over on the free version of the Pilots Club, we released our episode on Homecoming. This was a show that was out on Amazon, if I'm not mistaken, based off a podcast of the same name, an audio drama podcast. So yeah, go check that one out. I really enjoyed that first season of Homecoming. Yeah. Cool. Well, that's kind of about it for Homecoming. Again, once Melissa's done with her move, we will review Darkman at some point.
Yeah,
it's coming. Darkman is inevitable. Darkman. we should do an like Avengers style countdown, like Doomsday countdown but it's
to Darkman.
Yeah.
Right. I think he's going to be in Battle World. He doesn't belong to anybody. Maybe Sam Raimi will just give him to Marvel and they can have Darkman now.
D23 this weekend, right? You never know. They could announce Darkman.
This is all I've wanted is for them to just buy an obscure, unrelated character and put them in the MCU. Like, yeah, he's always been here. Don't you remember?
In every scene, he's just been off screen, like just slightly off screen.
Like in the comics, like how Sentry has always been there, but Sentry was like wiped from the Avengers' minds. They're gonna do that, but be like, Darkman. We've loved Darkman for decades. We remember his classic adventures with Thor.
Yeah. Don't you guys remember Mara Jade in all the Star Wars movies? No, she was there. She was just off screen. She's the Emperor's right hand assassin. You sure about that, Mara Jade, that redhead little child? Nope. Yeah. So be on the lookout for all of that. But that's it for housekeeping. So let's get into our pop culture lightning round here. Oh man, Marvel stuff. Let's jump right back into the X-Men, because we were just talking about that.
Yes.
Kit Connor has been announced as Cyclops in Marvel's upcoming X-Men film. Not
Don't
confirmed
think
for
I know
Doomsday.
this boy.
Let me see if I think he
I
like
saw a picture. I've seen him now.
right.
I've never watched. I don't think I've watched him in anything. He might have been one of the many
Warfare.
soldiers in Warfare.
Yeah, he's one of the soldiers in Warfare. He's in Heartstopper. Apparently,
you mostly just see that. It's the opposite of Cyclops. You mostly just see everybody's eyes in Warfare. You get very few full face shots in the movie Warfare.
He's the voice of Bright Bill in The Wild Robot. If you saw that, the animated movie. Yeah, he's Tommy from Warfare. He's in Heartstopper, which I know
this is what the people
really
talk
like that
about.
show.
Haven't seen it.
It's a lead role. Yeah, he was in His Dark Materials. I know that's a popular show.
I don't need you to read me the IMDb. I'll be good. I'm fine. I trust him. I look forward to meeting this young man.
Just to say that he is he's not like brand new. He's out there. He's in video games like A Plague Tale Requiem. I liked that game.
There's many young men who have quite a career who I just don't know very well.
Yeah.
Samara Weaving from Ready or Not is going to be Emma Frost. That's cool.
Yeah, it
is weird to me that we know these. What? After like sometimes the casting is a big con announcement, That's what we were expecting, people to come out at D23. I don't know if these are just appetizers. We're just getting our whistles wet before D23. Like, we're going to give you one Cyclops. We're going to give you one Emma Frost.
Yeah.
As samples. As Costco samples. And then you're going to buy the whole chicken bake, which is coming to D23 and meeting the rest. When something just comes out like normal news and is not a big show and dance, I'm like, well, where's my big I thought we were getting a big show. No? Am I waiting? Like, is another shoe going to drop, or is this it? Or are they all just going to come out like this?
Right. Yeah. Yeah, that's the thing. Is like I don't know how much they're gonna announce at D23 if they're announcing the full, like, here are your X-Men, right? And it's like
I hope that they play the Bulls intro music. They play that Alan Parsons Project, do 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 do, and there's like fog, and it's like, ladies and gentlemen, your X-Men, and then they run through paper.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
I hope so. They're all wearing matching starter jackets. They'd better be.
It's their Letterman jackets from their school of gifted youngsters.
I hope
Good
so.
stuff.
I do love the idea of Charles Melton as Beast. That's been rumored. I think that's great fun.
Oh my God. As we were speaking, legitimately was just like, I need to think of who I want to talk about for pull up a chair. And
you pull up Melt?
Did exactly that. Not, I guess he's rumored. I don't know. Haven't heard that. Was just like, he'd make a good Beast. And I like the stuff he's been in. He's worked with this actor who's playing Scott Summers before, because he was also in Warfare. But like, hot young guy who's like a pretty good actor, like I guess he didn't start in Riverdale, but like everyone knows him from Riverdale. He's in the Beef. He's in Beef season 2. He's great in that.
He's in a Netflix movie called May December that I think you would dig. It is a show-stopping performance.
Okay, cool. I will check it out. Starring Natalie Portman too. Interesting. I like, because it must have been from him being, I was on the Kit Connor like Google search page, and it was on the like people also search for, and it had him there, and I was like, him, I know that actor, I can put him on Pull Up a Chair. Damn it,
you're pulling up Melt.
Yeah,
you're allowed to.
Yeah, can we do 2 this time? Can we just do a double one this time for fun?
Sure.
Because
I
like, because like that.
There are no rules.
Completely did not know that has been a rumor that he would make Beast, but I saw his face again and was like, he'd be a good Beast. Hell yeah.
I can see. I don't know why this makes so much sense. I can see him. He looks like he could be blue. He looks like he sounds smart.
Yeah. Yeah. He'd be great.
I want to see him wear little glasses and a little vest. That sounds like a hoot.
Yeah. I think he'd be pretty good.
Melt on.
Charles Melton. Good for him. Good for him. Anyways, back to our pop culture lightning round that got completely derailed there. I think that those castings are pretty good so far. I'm hoping we see more of the X-Men at D23. I hope we don't get all of them. I hope there is another surprise.
I want to be surprised. Yeah.
I hope there's someone in Doomsday that's like, hey, I'm Kitty Pryde or whoever,
Great. Let's do an all X-Men round of Pull Up a Chair.
Oh, okay. Sure. Okay.
Yes. Yeah. X-Men. And it's specifically, who do you think they're going to announce at D23? One person you think they're going to announce at D23 and one person that's going to be a little surprise for later.
Sure. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Good stuff. Also in Marvel news, some very disappointing stuff. One that is kind of like, I kind of saw this coming. One that was a complete rug pull. that I was upset about. Marvel is no longer moving forward with Blade. Mahershala Ali is going to no longer be playing the character. If in the future they decide to do something with it, I'm assuming they will recast, because at the end of the day, we only got that one voice line.
I guess, yeah,
right?
I guess that's the lesson. If we're going to see if they ever go back and redub that, it's a shame. I think he'd be good. I think there's still I understand them not really cracking the Blade solo script. It would be nice if they still found a way to include him in a team-up movie, and then after that, stepped way far back, took a deep breath, and tried the solo movie again.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, like, he'd be a great introduction to that side of the Marvel Universe, the, like, darker, not magic per se, but, like, in the way that Spider-Man is, like, a street-level character, so is Blade, but, like, the, like, dark side of that. You know?
Bad streets.
Yeah.
Streets at night.
I could also see them casting younger, if they want to cast someone younger to have him, stick around a little bit and be a part of the next generation of Marvel. Yes.
I have a question for you. How many old people is too many old people to keep track of? And what I mean is immortal or long-living characters, like your Thor, Captain America and Bucky, did Magneto, Wolverine, Blade. At what point are there too many of those? Especially when they all come from different timelines, and you have to remember who's 100 and who's 150 and who's 500 and who's 2,000 years old.
What if they all have to line up by age at some point during the thing?
While they're doing a field day, while they're playing X-Men baseball.
Right, yeah.
Welcome to the old man team. Because that's been a discussion about are we going to have still a Magneto who was born in the 1920s or 1930s retaining the Holocaust backstory? How many more ways can we say that that happened to him and he's just a very old man who, due to magnets, does not age that much,
Yeah. I mean, there's all kinds of things. There are ways you can modernize it. I mean, heck, we got a good one here in the United States now. You can make them Mexican and have them be like, hey, ICE took my family and stuff like that. That'd be an interesting update to that. I don't think they're going to do that, to be clear, for all of this, stuff. But yeah, that is interesting. Of like, are they going to do that, of just like stick to the older version of the character? Do they update him somehow, or do they just like not really include him? Like, the X-Men is like not here yet.
There just is no Magneto. They're like, Magneto's too hard, we're skipping Magneto.
or like in the way that we don't have like Dr. Kurt Connors here in this Spider-Man universe yet, but there is one.
We're taking a break. He's not in this cycle.
Yeah.
I use that just as an example because there's other characters like Thor is an immortal god, Captain America fell in the ice. Like, Wolverine, his healing ability means that he doesn't age the same way other people do. There's other characters that have longevity as part of their origin story. Magneto doesn't, but as time has gone on, people have needed to graft longevity onto him.
Mm-hmm.
And I just throw him out as an example because we keep having these, and now it's like, and Blade, a vampire, is centuries old. I'm like, is there a line where there's too many of these, and we're like, we can only have like 3 characters that are older than you think they are, and we can only have that for like 2 different reasons.
It's the problem of a connected universe of movies and shows, right? Humans legitimately age. And so we can't do the comic book thing where it's just it's the same one. He's here for thousands of years, right?
I think that would be an extremely brave new take, is everyone is just as old as they look. Nobody's old. Not that nobody's old. Maybe there is still an actor who's 70, but he is playing 70. He's not playing 200.
Right.
That 30-year-old, she's 30. No, we're not doing this anymore for anybody.
Yeah, but like you also then have to be like, but then like, how do you end a story like that with a character who now the actor is 30, but like they are supposedly gonna be alive for the next 2,000 years, right? When do you say, and their story is done, right?
Right. No, I get it in terms of comic books, but just to make your parents follow these movies when they only know the movies, and they're like, and how old is he? When's he from? How old? Vampire? How old? Like there must be a limit. They got to rein it in at some point.
I was just explaining, my parents went to go see Spider-Man as well. And so I was like, oh yeah, so then you guys also saw the Doomsday trailer and all that stuff. And then my dad asked me, well, will the X-Men be in there? And I was like, yes, you guys just said you saw the trailer, right? And he was like, yeah, I saw the X-Men in that, but like what's happening? Like, how are they doing that? So having to explain that
X-Men in there,
that stuff is one thing, but that's like the questions you just said are not the ones my parents are then asking as a result of that. My mom is like, oh, is Hugh Jackman gonna be back? And like loves to see him in that role, like all of that stuff. Or just loves Hugh Jackman, right? My mom just likes Hugh Jackman.
Who doesn't?
Exactly.
What if the Marvel universe really doubles down on it? I'm like, either nobody's old or everybody's old, and we get the reveal that like Ant-Man is 75. They just really hone in on how young Paul Rudd looks, and they're like, we're building mythology out of this now. We're gonna say that Scott Lang is a mutant and he has mutant longevity.
God. What?
I want it to like be down to like 2 people, or I do want it to be everybody, because that's extremely funny to me.
There was something I saw recently. I don't remember what it was. Some movie. It may have even been The Odyssey, but I don't remember if it was that. So someone was pointing out some casting of like, here's the younger kid that played like this character as a kid, and here's the it was Widow's Bay, I believe, and it was Hamish Linklater's character, and then what's his name? Main guy, the
Matthew Rhys.
Matthew Rhys, his son's character. When you look at Hamish Linklater and his son, the actors side by side, holy moly, they look identical.
Huh.
Which is wild to think about if you know that show.
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't know. There's lots of fun they could do with all of that. But no more Blade right now. And then the other one that I was really disappointed in is that Wonder Man Season 2 has been canceled, despite them saying they were going ahead with Season 2. So I don't know. I don't know if that means we won't get to see Wonder Man in other stuff. We know that he will return. That's what the end of the show said. But
he will.
I don't, right?
I don't think that's the last we see of him. I wonder if maybe it is being retooled to. We have a special presentation. We have a movie we think we can add him to the team of.
The best critique that I heard of the show and for why Season 2 got canceled is that, like, you look at what Season 1 is. It's about an actor in Hollywood, right? And trying to make it as that. Now that we like, if you know how that show ends and he's a superhero and he's going to go do all these things,
right?
It's no longer that show.
That is true. Yeah.
So, like, could you put him in another show? Yes, absolutely. But like Wonder Man Season 2 is now just something else entirely.
Exactly. That is a good point. Like Season 2 may not be the show people once fell in love with, because plot wise, it simply cannot be anymore.
Yes,
unless he goes to another universe and it's just the same thing again, but he's in the world that the Fantastic Four
now.
Came from.
An older actor trying to make it for the first time. Incredible. That would be. I would actually.
He goes to Battle World and he's like, "Is there cinema here? Can I make there be cinema here? Hi,
Right,
I'm
yeah.
Simon Williams.
Yeah.
Do you have cameras? Do cameras exist? Are you filming this, sir? Dr. Doom, sir?"
Realizing he did not get the job with the new Avengers, he now has to teach acting classes to younger kids.
Right, maybe he's going to be a professor at Xavier School, you know.
Right?
I love that. I would love
Cinema
Simon
studies.
Williams as your theater teacher. Maybe that's their plan.
Yes. Great. I love it.
Please. I don't think I've seen that before, and I'm no expert, but X-Men who are also theater kids.
Yeah.
I've never seen that be part of the curriculum at Xavier's School. They have art and they have sports and history and a danger room or whatever. Has there been theater class? Do the X-Men put on a play?
There has to be. I guarantee
They
you
have
there
to.
is.
It's important for a young person's educational experience to learn theater.
Yeah.
He's going to do it. We've solved it. Worry no more.
Marvel Comics also recently moved their headquarters out of New York since they are known to that's the thing. Like, you look outside, you see New York, and there goes Thor flying by. They moved to California. So how will
Spider-Man know how to find his way home?
Exactly. Well, No Way Home. Right?
No Way Home.
Exactly. So I made a joke online. I was like, oh, so now they're gonna make something like an East Coast Avengers and stuff like that. The joke being they already have West Coast Avengers, but now that they're on the West Coast, that's just going to be the Avengers.
Great joke. 5
Thank
points.
you. Love explaining the jokes. That's what makes it funny, you know. But they could do something like that with Wonder Man. They could do a West Coast Avengers show.
Yes.
In that, I think that'd be great. That'd be good. Anyways, that is all the Marvel news fit to print. In the distinguished competition, the Booster Gold TV show that they had previously announced is now no longer happening. Not much else to say
forgot
with
about that one, so I guess we're good.
Yeah, exactly. In other film news, they've announced that Sam Neill's final role is how do you say that word? Posthumous. Like costume, but posthumous.
Yeah, I think so. Yes.
Will have his final posthumous role in the Legend of Zelda movie, coming out May 7th, 2027. I don't know what role he's playing off at the top of my head. I'd imagine he'd be like the King of Hyrule in that. That'd be an interesting role.
I don't know
for him
anything
to
about
play.
these. I know Link's name is Link and not Zelda, and that's the end of my knowledge.
Yeah.
So I don't know what he's doing. I look forward to it. That was a bummer to lose Sam Neill.
Yeah, that was a sad one. So it'll be interesting to see what he does in that. Now you have put
I don't
links
look forward to being sad for the rest of my life. Do you ever think about that? How when you were a kid, you just did not know very many actors or pop culture figures, so it was rare that one you cared about died. You were like, oh,
That's
this
a
is only
symptom
going to
of
happen
growing
more
older.
and more the longer I am alive.
Yeah, I think about that sometimes, but also I don't have the same level of like emotional attachment to celebrities. Right. Like even ones that I like and care about, like to an extent, I'm just like, man, that sucks. Oh well.
Yeah, but you don't. I don't look forward to feeling that way weekly for the rest of my life.
That's a big part of why I still try and find like new music that I enjoy, like new bands that are like their debut is coming out in 2 months, right? Like I want to find them.
I thought you were going to say this is why I love forgetting names and faces. So it's like I've never lost anybody.
Right. Who are you again?
I do. I do take comfort in learning a young man such as a kid.
Who are you?
Wait a minute. Who are you? I do love learning about a new young man such as a Kit Connor who I know will outlive me. I take great comfort in the fact that I'll die and I'll know, like, Cooper Hoffman's got it. He's still taking care of the world.
You
I'm
never
good.
know. You never know is the thing, which really sucks.
You don't. You don't.
The girl that was in all of the Godzilla Kong movies, the younger girl who was like King Kong's like best friend, she passed away.
My goodness.
Yeah. I don't remember her name. I apologize, but I saw that a couple weeks ago. I think it was a car accident. Yeah. So like it's just one of those things. You never know. Like they could make it to 50 and you're 75, 80 still kicking, and like they die of some disease that they got in their 30s, you know.
Let's move on to something more fun. Let's talk about Wicker. Kyle, have you heard of this movie Wicker?
Yes and no. I've seen pictures of said Wicker man, but I don't know anything.
Let's get into it.
About
Let's go.
You just made some motion with your face, mouth open, tongue almost out, in the same way that Mountain Dew commercial. There's the one guy who's like they get transported back into 1948, and he starts playing the upright bass, and he's just like, and he has his tongue out like that. But then the other like spokesperson guy, I don't even know who that actor is. That like super tall
Send this
guy
to me.
that they got. I'll find it and find it. He starts like doing that thing, like head back, just like
I kind of know what you're talking about. Send it to me.
Yeah.
And I sent you a Real Men of Genius commercial for context. And I remember those happening on the radio. I forget that they had video and aired on television for you to see. In the movie Wicker, a movie I knew nothing about, trailer took me by absolute surprise. It's medieval times. Olivia Colman is some old spinster woman, and everybody in the town is like, old spinster woman, when will you take a husband? And she's like, I don't need a husband. And then she gets lonely. And she goes to town inventor Peter Dinklage and is like, build me a husband. And he's like, you got it. See you in a week. And he builds her a husband out of Wicker. He builds her a Wicker man. And Alexander Skarsgård plays the Wicker Man. And when I saw Wicked for Good and Jonathan Bailey becomes a burlap man, I was like, what the hell is this? And all I could think about was if every inch of his body is burlap, and what must that feel like? I don't want a burlap boyfriend. This burlap boyfriend stumbled.
On the foreplay and make sure everything's smooth.
Burlap boyfriend stumbled so that Wicker Man can run. They make the Wicker Man hot. Your brain starts spiraling. You see how it could kind of work. So she starts boning down with her Wicker husband, and everybody in town is like, oh, I think she's got a better life than me now. Like Elizabeth Debicki's like, I wish my husband was made out of Wicker. It's like an insane romantasy movie. I can't believe this is a movie. This feels like this is a joke book. This feels like a Chuck Tingle or something.
So I haven't watched the trailer. You linked it.
Please do. I did just describe all of it, but please witness it with your own two eyes.
But in the little bit that I saw on social media, I just assumed this was some kind of horror movie, like Tusk. Yes,
I don't think
kind of horror movie, like maybe like a new remake of Wicker Man, somehow connected or something. Like I knew nothing.
Right.
And so to hear you explain it as this like weird romantic comedy fantasy thing, it's just like, what is this?
Exactly. Exactly. You would have no idea. Yes, no, it looks to be what I said it is. I don't think it's scary unless you're scared of Wicker. Unless you don't like the uncanny valley, and I love it, and I live in there. So I'm great with this. And it looks way better than Jonathan Burlap Bailey. as the Scarecrow.
Oh man, good stuff. Good stuff.
How about the teaser for Michael B. Jordan's Thomas Crown Affair?
Also, one I haven't seen, despite going to the
Kyle!
Odyssey and Spider-Man. Like,
Click
big
on it.
movies.
It's like a 30-second sizzle reel. Click on it right now, or we're not friends anymore. You have to see it.
30 seconds. It's a minute and a half, Melissa.
Okay,
This is ridiculous.
It is quite brief. It is truly a teaser and not a trailer.
So
Wicker,
I
I
haven't
think, is a
seen the
trailer.
original. I don't even
You
know
don't
what
have
this
to.
is supposed to be about. He's
don't have to.
doing some
Click.
spy stuff. He's
Click
doing some
on it.
spy stuff. I'm looking at it right now. He's racing
looking,
cars
okay.
now. I'm literally describing it to you as you think I'm not watching
Okay.
it. But
Okay,
I've
I
never
trust
seen
you.
the
Kenneth
original.
Branagh's there.
So I've never seen the original, but I always imagined this was some like boring English movie about sipping tea
No.
and stuff like this. I don't know what this is. So
No.
this looks a lot more up my alley. He's racing cars, he's seducing women, he's fighting people. That punch looked fantastic. He's running up steps. Doing his best Tom Cruise running up the side of a building. He said the word tenet. I don't understand that.
This feels very Tenet.
It has that look. That looks fantastic. Yeah, I'm all in. This looks like some of the stunts you would see Tom Cruise do, but like the like lavish life that you would expect like a Bond
Yes.
to live. This looks like some good spy stuff. I'm down for all of that.
I can't believe you thought the Thomas Crown Affair was like a Merchant Ivory movie. The Thomas Crown Affair, it was like a dad movie. It starred like Frank Sinatra or somebody.
Sure.
Somebody for dads. And then in the 90s, they remade it, and it was Pierce Brosnan and Rene Russo. And he is a art thief. And he is a secret cat burglar art thief. He keeps art. And in that movie, he falls for a beautiful insurance agent, a stunning insurance investigator trying to figure out who stole that painting.
Right.
So it's just that again. You remember the part of Tenet that had the art in it? What if it was all that? All that part.
Exactly.
You do an extreme sport with Kenneth Branagh, and there's paintings nearby.
Exactly.
I'm excited for this. This looks great. All right, what did you tell me to click on? Mountain Dew Hoedown. Let's visit.
So yeah, this plays all the time before the previews at movies.
Citrusy. All right. He drinks the dew. He's back in 1948 Hootenanny times.
Mm-hmm.
He's like, I guess I can hootenanny with the best of them. Their Mountain Dew still exists back then, so I'm no stranger here. He picks up a cello. He plays it like a guitar. Tasting Grace 48 sure does.
It's just a regular commercial, but it's the fact that he's playing this cello like a bass guitar that is really funny. And then he's doing this thing where he's like, his tongue is out, he's shaking his head back and forth like he's in some metal band, that everyone's just like, what is this weirdo doing?
I'm looking at the comments on this YouTube video of this Mountain Dew commercial.
I
only came for the background song by the group Mutant Beans from Ensenada, Baja California.
There you go.
And I have multiple people shouting out Mutant Beans in these
mutant
comments.
Beans.
So,
does Marvel have the mutant beans? Does Marvel have the mutant beans to pull this off?
Finally, the rights are back with Disney, and they can legally say the words mutant beans in a Marvel movie.
Mutant beans are legal. Okay, I have another question. I put another trailer on our list for you to see. Tell me you've seen this trailer. Primetime?
I've already seen it.
Good. Okay, what do you think about this trailer to Primetime?
I'm into it. I love Robert Pattinson being weird and intense. I don't think I've ever seen the man be normal.
Right.
What's his most normal performance? Is it Cedric Diggory, who dies young and doesn't get the chance to grow up and be weird?
Maybe.
I think it's a great use of Tony Revolori's deer in the headlight eyes.
Just incredible. Yeah.
I'm into this. Skylar Gazanto as adult man boy is fun. This looks depraved. I look forward to it.
Depraved is a great word. This looks like an absolute cocaine-filled fever dream.
Right. It's set in like the 2000s, but feels like it is from the cocaine-soaked 80s somehow.
Mm-hmm.
This is from the world where Max Headroom lives.
Exactly. It looks like they are pulling on those kind of vibes to like make this really insane, intense story out of something that I'm not going to say is not, but it's based off the To Catch a Predator TV show and all the stuff that happened with that. I remember that show like being on the air. I never watched it. I was never into it. And I remember hearing that it eventually got canceled because of some just wild stuff of like they ended up like investigating someone in the network or something like that.
Have I told you about the HBO documentary series Ren Fair?
Maybe.
It is it's 3-hour-long episodes. I have?
Yes, I was like, I vaguely remember that. I know you have at some point.
It is one of my top recommendations to anybody. It is such a compelling story. It's about like the biggest Ren Fair in America, the guy who built it, and his succession plan. It's about all the people. It's a nonfiction documentary series about the different people vying to take over the helm of this Ren Fair, including the like sweet, sensitive theater nerd guy who's in charge of all the performers, and this real nervy, jittery entrepreneur guy who runs the kettle corn stand, and like a Greek family who runs a food booth, and like his head administrator who's his office lady. Like all of the machinations of, can I get him to give me the reins to the Ren Fair? Everybody's such a character. It's so fascinating. And the documentary is also shot beautifully. It looks like such a soft focus dream. And that's this director. Primetime is his narrative scripted feature debut. So if you like how Primetime looks, please watch Ren Fair.
Interesting, yeah. I was like, I know Melissa will tie this back into Primetime somehow, but I was like, I don't know where this is going yet. But yeah, there's certain vibe because it's so like just soaked in cocaine and right. There were like one or two bits of the trailer that I almost got Megalopolis vibes. You know, the like weird, like coked out Megalopolis vibes where they're just like,
that's a good
just doing weird, like it looks bizarre. And I love that because you could do a totally straight crime story, like investigation story about
do
what
like
happened
Spotlight or
with this
something.
Show. Yeah.
No, instead we're doing this.
But instead, like, this is so stylized that I'm just like, I'm fascinated by what this is going to be.
This looks like I know this is based on true events. I don't know how fantastical it is because I'm like, this looks like it takes place in an apocalypse world. This looks like it takes place in The Dark Knight Returns.
Almost, yeah.
This is an else world, right?
Yeah. So I'm looking forward to that one. I think that's all of our pop culture lightning round stuff. Yes, go ahead.
Yeah. Is there anything to say about Formula One? It's summer break. They're at the beach.
Nope.
Yeah. Enjoy the beach, everybody. So our remaining
I think George
topics
got engaged to his partner. I saw
her
George with the ring on.
Right. Good. So. You know, maybe you're not champion this year, George, but you can still be married. Let's watch Kimmy do that, huh?
There's half the season
rivalry escalated to where Kimmy has a new fiance too.
He steals George's fiance. I'm leaving you for Kimmy. Anyways, nothing is happening in the Formula One world right now, so let's move on.
They're enjoying a great break. I was at not a funeral, but not a party, but something in between yesterday. And there was a girl wearing a Red Bull shirt. And I never saw her from the front. I could never get at the angle to see her from the front. But the back of the t-shirt was like a Red Bull driver and car. And awesome. I couldn't see a number, helmet down, can't see the face. And I'm I'm 99% sure this is Max. But I'm like, what if this is an extremely limited edition Liam Lawson shirt from the month that was relevant?
They're out there.
Could be. I love that. High dollars. But yeah, not much to say about race cars. So our remaining topics are, we're going to finish with Madlibs. We got to finish pulling up a chair. And I want other D23 predictions, not just talking about what we think is going to happen at the Marvel panel, but I want you to make blind predictions as to what you think the theme park news is going to be out of the Disney convention. Sometimes you make me blind guess video game news. Now I'd like you to stumble into the world of dark rides and tell me what you think is going on with Haunted Mansion.
All right. Is that the one we're up to next, or do you want to? Yeah,
let's do this. Please give me three to five Disney theme park predictions.
Would it be fair to ask for some context in previous years, like?
Sure. Ask any questions you have.
Well, what are some of the announcements that have been at? I know zero, and I'm not asking for answers, but have they done Haunted Mansion? Would they ever do a crossover with like Agatha Harkness? She's a ghost, or you get to see do they do that kind of thing?
Well, at Disneyland, between September and December every year, they turn it into a Nightmare Before Christmas ride.
Gotcha. Okay.
So
that's fine.
Yes, there is one overlap. Sometimes they turn Space Mountain into Hyperspace Mountain, and they make that Star Wars themed.
Gotcha. Okay.
Previous announcements in previous years, they're working on Villains Land for Disney World. They are going to add to Animal Kingdom a new Indiana Jones ride, an Encanto ride. One time they said they were going to do something to Spaceship Earth, then the pandemic happened, and then they didn't. They've announced plenty of things that have just quietly not happened. And every year people are like, are they going to add a new country to Epcot? And every year it doesn't happen. And every year they're like, I think this is the year, though.
So, all right, here's my first one. My first prediction. I have a couple questions to nail down exactly how this will work. What is the so Epcot is the one where they do here's all the different countries, but does that also, what was the one where they do and here's what we think the future will look like?
That's the same place.
Sure, great. That's what I wanted to confirm.
Future and world are the two halves of Epcot.
That's what I wanted to confirm. I wasn't sure. I don't know all this stuff. I knew that they had something like that. They are going to reskin that to be Fantastic Four.
Which thing?
The future stuff, the retro future stuff. That they'll have Herbie rolling around out there. You might see their Disney park, Mr. Fantastic in his 1950s
Fantastic Four and Epcot
get up. Yeah.
Okay. Do you want to know why they cannot do that?
Bullshit. That's why. That's it. That's the only word. Red tape.
Lack of a can-do attitude.
Yeah, lack of imagination.
No.
Imagineering? Yeah, right.
Universal Studios Orlando, Islands of Adventure. There's that Marvel world with the Spider-Man ride and the Doctor Doom free fall and the Hulk coaster.
Mm-hmm.
Because of that,
They have theme
because
park.
Universal, no theme park east of the Mississippi can use any Marvel characters that are already in Islands of Adventure, which is why Epcot has a Guardians of the Galaxy ride, because those characters were so obscure, Universal Studios did not even think of them. Those were the one characters that Marvel plucked and blossomed into major superstars that are not in Islands of Adventure. So you cannot have a Fantastic Four ride in Epcot.
But here's the thing. We used to say that same stuff about Spider-Man. That he will never show up in the MCU because Sony has the rights. And in fact, like they worked out a deal. They were like, here's just all the money in the world, right? And they could just be like, hey, Universal, here's just a briefcase. Here's 35 briefcases full of money. We need to redo this thing.
You could have two studios co-produce a film. You can't do that with a theme park. I'd love to see them try. I'd love to see them.
I don't see why they can't
co-produce a theme park. Right.
It's not that they're co-producing a theme park together, or that they're saying, hey, this ride was co-produced by Universal, but just to like have the right to use these characters in their own, like Universal can keep their own stuff. They can keep, if they want to make a new Doctor Doom ride over there, if they can do that, they can do all of that. But like, we want to work out some deal where we can also use our movie versions of the characters. Like maybe that's how they split hairs here, that you guys can do comic book inspired stuff. We're going to do like movie inspired stuff.
I'm the one person with a foot in each world. I would love to find a theme park explainer for comic book nerds as to what Disney theme parks can and can't do.
Money. That is like, at the end of the day, if they are willing to pony up the right amount of money, something like that could happen. But that is my first prediction, that there will be some kind of Fantastic Four thing. Okay. Spider-Man still does his like Avengers complex swing by thing, right? Again, this is difficult because they can't use Doctor Doom then, right? They can't have like Doom bots walking around.
Avengers Campus is in California. Disney can have anything they want in California. This side of the Mississippi. East of the Mississippi, that is where Universal has a hold over all of the Marvel.
2, baby! Here we go!
All right, California gets Epcot 2 featuring Fantastic Four. Great.
That's not a real one. I know that's not happening, but still, that's really funny.
Epcot 2.
Oh, man.
They are still working on the King Thanos Infinity Battle ride for Avengers Campus, supposedly.
Okay, well then if they're still working on that, well, they don't necessarily have to have it be a ride, though. I would like to see Doombots walking around Avengers Campus.
Doombots and Avengers Campus. Great.
Yeah. Yep. Let's see. What Marvel shows are coming?
Do you only have Marvel-related thoughts? You don't think about like Pirates of the Caribbean or Tron at any point? Cinderella.
They already have a Pirates of the Caribbean thing. Big Hero 6 is technically Marvel. They could do something Star Wars. What would they do Star Wars that they could do? Man, like none of that is like fun or like stuff they probably already have. I'm trying to think of what they could do for that like dog fighter movie, but they probably already have like simulators and stuff like that where you
Yes,
can
they
like
probably could do a Starfighter layover for Millennium Falcon Smuggler's Run or
sure,
Star
yeah.
Tours.
Um. Oh man, and like that's things I also don't know how much of like the High Republic era stuff is like worth it to because that's not really in the movies or TV shows yet, except for the Acolyte, which uh didn't really have the numbers to stick around, unfortunately, despite it kind of finding its footing by the end of that first season there. Life Day,
Life.
like they
They
do
already
they
do
do
Life Day.
Okay, so then yeah, see, like I'm so bad at this that like the things I'm like instead of Christmas they could do Life Day.
They do.
No, like, they already do that. They could do Simulate. They already do that. You can build a lightsaber. They already do that. You can.
What if you
Darth
could meet
Vader's gonna be there.
Chewbacca?
What if you could drink blue milk? They already do that, Kyle.
Do you predict any new colors of milk?
God, they're not bringing back the cruise. They already shut that down. I don't know. Like
All right.
it's so hard for me to not just be like it's Marvel everything.
Right. I thought you'd have some like pie in the sky idea, like they're going to do a Hercules coaster or something like that.
But then, like, Crisis on Infinite Earths happening here. Is this Disney Hercules or is this Marvel Hercules? We still haven't seen any more of Hercules.
We have not.
We've seen, right? Like we
Maybe he'll go to Battle World. What if he's the one person who doesn't go to Battle World and he's so mad Doctor Doom didn't think he was good enough, and that's his arc?
I've been through all of these trials for nothing.
So when he takes everybody to Battle World, I don't know the comics. I don't know if there's some time dilation thing where then they go back to Earth and it's only like a day passed, or is it like, yeah, for like a month we had no superheroes.
They destroyed
criminals
the
just
universes.
ran amok. Like, yeah, we didn't make any new supervillains because they were all taken too, but all of your like Crusher Creel level, just sort of mildly powerful crooks, those guys run amok while you guys are on Battle World. We need help. The most powerful hero left is like Martin Starr.
It wasn't time dilation. It was more of a Crisis on Infinite Earths thing where they destroyed all of these universes and like it physically put pieces
nothing
of them
to go back
together.
to. That's true.
Yeah.
Right.
And then it was weird of like, how do you get back to Earth 616 after that? Like, what's happening there? Because they did just go back to like, and now we're back on Earth 616, but Miles Morales is here now. And the Maker is here now, this evil Reed Richards. That's weird.
Right.
So those were like the only two good things from the Ultimate Universe initially. Man, like, yeah, it was just like, this is strange. Like, how do we do all this? I guess, I don't know. Whatever. Anyways, yeah, God, I'm
that's okay. We can bail on the bit.
Instead of the teacups, it's Thor's Mountain Dew cup. It's like big gulp. I don't know that, like
big gulp teacup. Got it. Right. They've never tried to plus those up. That's true. What if it's different cups and bigger?
Yeah.
Try it, Disney.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, how much Wakanda stuff do they have in
this? This is a tricky area because technically Black Panther is like very, very small on a mural in Universal Studios Islands of Adventure, Marvel Superhero Island. So I think there have been
They need, like, a
arguments about
Wakandan-
whether or not they can do Black Panther in Florida.
They need to do like a Wakandan
can be-
takeover.
He can be in California. There's Dora Milaje like street shows
Universal
you can watch in
has
Avengers
Black
Campus.
Panther too?
I just said he's small in a mural, so it's a gray area as to whether they do or not. It's been a topic of conversation.
So weird. So weird. I don't know. I'm so bad at this.
Wakanda has been thrown out as a possible world for. I feel like this is me trying to explain Crisis on Infinite Earths to you, where you're shocked at how complicated the lore is for something that should be simple.
I can understand, like, in the way that, like, you sell movie rights and TV, right? Like, that stuff of, like, oh, there's theme park rights, and Marvel in the 90s was bankrupt. That's how all these other companies got, like, that makes sense to me, right? Of, like, we'll partner with Universal here to, you know, make some licensing money, you know. That part of it, I understand. But I don't know. Like, I don't know theme parks to know that, oh, Universal has the theme park rights to Black Panther or to the X-Men or to, like...
They also have The Simpsons.
Right? Yes, yeah. Like, how does this... Well, like, we're not getting the
Maybe
Simpsons.
Maybe someday I'll do an explainer. Melissa explains how theme parks work.
I'm just also not a theme park person because I don't like roller coasters.
It is so much more than roller coasters.
Oh,
it's also churros and boats.
Oh, believe me, I know, because those are the things that I can do. But I like everyone just assumes, like, oh, you like roller coasters, right? I'm like, no, I hate them. I don't like them. This is not fun.
Who assumes this of you? You don't drive and you don't watch horror movies. Of course, you don't like roller coasters.
Me, just in general, most people think, like, oh, people enjoy roller coasters. It's like, I'm one of the ones that do not.
There's more than you think, which is why there's a plethora of, like, dark rides. Just, you sit there and you watch an animatronic, or you go on Living with the Land, which is just a small boat that takes...
ride.
You just look at a greenhouse and they're like, we made corn, and you're like, hooray!
You've heard of log flume, but you've never heard of dark log flume.
That's Six Flags territory. Do you want to pull up? Do you have any Marvel cinematic any D23 entertainment predictions? What do you think the Marvel panel's going to have? Think anything about Star Wars, etc.?
Kind of general predictions. I would love to see at least one other X-Men being casted.
Yeah.
I don't really care who that is. Did they announce? They announced a date for Ghost Rider, right?
It is 2028. We're looking at probably May or July, not yet clarified.
Okay. Maybe no more announcements with that. One other Marvel thing I'd like to see from them. What is their next TV project? I don't think we actually know.
After Vision Quest, I don't know what it is. Yeah.
Right. So some like what is the next Marvel TV project is what I'd like to know. For Star Wars stuff, I'm going to have they even started filming the Starfighter yet?
Oh yes, it is. It has finished production. Yes.
Okay, then I assume there will be some kind of teaser for that.
Great. That sounds right.
Yeah, I don't know how much they go. I've never even really looked into this. Of like, what did in terms of like publishing, like the book side of things, do they announce stuff like that at D23? I don't know if there's going to be like, and here's like phase 3 of the High Republic novels or comics or stuff like that.
It's probably not one of the big panels that fills the Honda Center, but I'm sure there's a panel about it where they talk about it.
Yeah. What else from Disney? Disney Channel that's not just Marvel and Star Wars. God, I
Right.
don't
Maybe
know.
there's Hannah Montana news. I don't know.
I wouldn't know how to
What's
do any of that
There's
stuff.
additional descendants. They continue to descend.
God, what else? What else have I even liked from them? I know I've seen stuff, but out there, it's just not coming to mind. What other movie? Oh, like Disney and Pixar stuff. Whatever happened to that? Did they come out with the TV that spin-off of Inside Out? There was supposed to be a TV show that was a spin-off of that, right?
What do you mean? Okay, so there's like the Dream Studios show that happened. There's the one that's like the emotions when you play baseball. That's a show.
I don't think it was that. It was a spin-off of Inside Out. Is kind of what I remember, and I think something happened with that. Anyways, more from Hexed. Is that that's the next one? I've seen a like please silence your cell phones clip from them that plays before some of the movies, but I don't know what news is out there with that, so I don't know if that means like a fuller trailer.
I've seen a whole trailer.
Okay, then yeah,
it comes out like Thanksgiving. Know. Yeah, it's out there.
Do we know what their next live action movie is now that Moana 2 is out there?
I don't believe so. Maybe they're putting that to rest for a while.
Maybe. You know what? I will still put that on my list. I will say they will announce some other kind of live action remake.
Okay.
But I think that's kind of all I can think of, unless I really want to get into like, let's stretch it here for the Marvel stuff. Like they're announcing another Ghost Rider. In fact, there's going to be 2 Ghost Riders in the same movie. Here's Robbie Reyes. Blah, blah, blah.
Or you can sit quietly while I tell you about Figment and how we wonder if they're going to redo the Figment ride. If there's going to be a Carousel of Progress Disney Plus show or something. Are they inventing new churro flavors? We don't know.
Who knows?
Let's pull up some chairs.
Yes. Let's pull up some chairs indeed. So we said kind of all X-Men version. I already kind of have Charles Melton as Beast on here.
Great. Do you want specifically that, or do you want Charles Melton semicolon Beast, where it's either or?
I mean, that wouldn't count as my 2 though, right? Like if I still get like if I say Charles Melton as Beast and they count and they cast Charles Melton but not as Beast, would I get half a point?
I get it's up to you how specific you want to go with this. I don't think we've specifically said in any of these it is going to be this actor as this character. It's always been character or actor, even if we have a strong idea of who would be playing who.
Or this one, unless you really want to go for it. Let's do 2 actors, 2 characters. So it could be that he gets cast as Beast, but
great.
Knows, right?
Great.
Like, so Charles Melton, Beast.
Great.
Okay, now if you have one, go ahead, because I'm going to have to think here.
For my actor, can I give a genre? Can I just say a Yellow Jacket?
Ooh, yeah.
And I'm gonna take any of the kids, but I'd also take like Elijah Wood. I'd take any of the adults as well.
Elijah Wood would be an interesting one for sure. God, yeah, that makes me think. I know Sophie Thatcher is real popular right now.
And there's so many like very solid young performers on that show that
God, yeah.
Maybe our kitty pride's been under our noses the whole time. I don't know.
To be honest, you're not wrong. That's a great one. I think what's her name? The girl who plays the soccer mom, the like main mom
young
from
Shauna?
the older Shauna. The actress that plays her, I think, would be pretty great as a kitty pride or something like that. That'd be interesting. And who did I have earlier? I had what's her name? Billy Boulay.
You had Billy Boulay.
Yeah. Let's see. Who would be a good Storm?
See, and the question with these is, how old is anybody going to be? We talked last time about, like, is your Charles Xavier, like, how old is he? Is he like an old man? Or are all your other X-Men so young that your Charles is only like 38? So this is, and I know like some of them have to be teachers, so we don't know which ones are the adults, which ones are the teens.
Yeah.
I was going to say a Storm. I feel like they're either going to confirm we got Halle Berry making another appearance, or we've cast your young Storm, and it is, and I say young vaguely. I mean, it could be a Storm our age, and she's not one of the teens. She's a teacher. I don't know.
Yeah. Heck, there's even an actress named Storm Reed who could potentially play Storm. I don't know. God, what
I think we've worked our brains too hard. I don't know what we did this episode.
It's part of the, like, I'm not keeping up with like fan casts or who's rumored to be playing who or stuff like that, and I don't necessarily want to just like go look that up and pick one. Every once in a while I might, but I don't know. God, what is she in? Where do I know her from? Chloe Bailey. She could also be.
I've heard this name. I've heard this name for a Storm.
I've heard her name, but I don't really recognize any of the stuff she's in. She'd be good. She's like of that age. I'll put her down. I'll put Chloe Bailey down.
Cool. Another actor. I had an idea. A twisted idea. A truly deranged idea. This is an actor we've seen play a supervillain before. Two mixed results. Results I liked, but I'm a freak like that. I think it's time we give him another chance. I think the role is here for him. I predict Jesse Eisenberg is Magneto.
That is a wild swing. Oh my goodness. I cannot see that.
You've had limited Eisenberg experience then. He's a man of many facets. He's Jewish. Yeah. Maybe he directs. He's a director. Maybe he doesn't play Magneto, but he directs a Magneto film.
And what's the one he's directing that's coming out real soon?
The Debut.
Yes, yeah, that's right. Interesting. Okay. Let's see here. I have my notes.
Name
here.
We've named two characters.
Oh, I did. Beast and Storm.
Okay. Oh, I thought we had to name two actors and name two characters, and we're naming four things, and the four things don't have to be related.
I mean, they don't have to be. Like, I'm not like, if they cast Charles Melton as Beast, sweet. But I'm also naming Beast. I think they, they will be like, here's
Jesse
your Beast.
Eisenberg plays the guy who lives next door to the X Mansion, who's like, you kids lost a ball? Do you want that? I got your package.
It's the Home Improvements bit where you only see like the top half of his head looking over the fence.
I sincerely think he'd be pretty good at that.
He'd be great at that role. That role would be
great
incredible.
at top of head acting.
Love it. Love it.
I've never seen that before. What if the X-Mansion just had a neighbor?
A neighbor, yeah.
It's so funny. It's just like a nice old couple.
or like he's the like they obviously have a mansion, so they have a lot of room to do stuff. Obviously, they have the like danger room. They have their jet. Right, all that stuff. But he's a nosy enough neighbor that he's like constantly coming up to the gate and like, hey, can you ring me in? Like, you know, and like trying to figure out like what's going on. Like maybe he did like I thought I heard a jet at like 2 a.m. last night. Did you guys hear anything? Like,
I thought I saw a red laser go past my window. I smelled brimstone.
The tree is just gone. I don't understand what's happening here. It brought shade into my yard. You've now screwed up my entire garden.
So this is the Xavier family estate. What if Xavier has many families of means? The like different family members will have different estates like on the same grounds, like different houses. What if there's like Charles Xavier has like a distant cousin who still has a house on like ancient Xavier family property. And it's like, yeah, I've checked him out already. He doesn't have the X gene. He knows about it. He's like chill with it. He's not super into this stuff, but like he's not against us. It's just like my cousin Dave. He's like, I call him if I have trouble with the plumbing. Like that's what he does for a living. He's kind of boring, but like he won't hurt you, kids. You can trust him.
Fascinating. Okay. There you go.
I love that. Just a boring cousin. He's gonna come over. He's gonna talk for a long time about like the New York Giants. Yeah. I've never kept up with football. I don't know what he's saying, but like, don't let him start talking to you because he will not shut up about it.
You'll be late to class. Good stuff.
Late to class on account of Dave.
Okay, so you have one of the girls from the Yellow Jackets and Jesse Eisenberg.
One of anybody from the Yellow Jackets. It could be like
you said, they could also be Elijah Wood,
right.
But yeah.
Right, could be any person, any adult, could be 2-time Academy Award winner Hilary Swank.
And then who are your two characters?
Jesse Eisenberg is Magneto. I don't know. There's a lot of kids in Yellow Jackets to pull from. There's a lot of characters. Let's see. Who is important for us to start with? This is another question. Do you think they are going to start with the original 5 of Jean Grey, Scott Summers, Beast, Angel, and Iceman? Was that the original 5?
Yeah. I don't know, because I feel like people are really, really pulling for like to see Daphne Keane come back as X-23 and have her kind of be the like Wolverine character of the bunch. I don't know. I feel like they have a good opportunity to kind of do a team that has 1 or 2 substitutions of like we might not do Beast, but we might do someone else. You guys grew up on X-Men Evolution, right? So they might do like Spike or something, the guy that has like the big spikes that come out of him, right? Like they might just do something like that where it's slightly different. Do they not include Rogue, right? Like is Kurt not there?
Oh, this is the question. Like, there's so many different permutations. Who's in, who's out, who's a teen, who's an adult, who's a very old man who ages very slow.
I was just thinking about this. A good, like, older or not like super old, but like just slightly older than us, a good night crawler, Riz Ahmed,
Cool.
I think would be great in that role.
He's got great angles to his face. I could see
Yeah.
him being painted blue.
Yeah. There's a lot of
Maybe
people painted blue in X-Men.
Maybe that's how
men.
the casting agents do it. They just tape a blue film over their TV.
You know what?
And they're like, who wears it well?
You know what, though? The X-Men comics also have the precedent of multiple teams. They have the blue team and the gold team. I wonder if there's going to be like a school kind of like we just get a bunch of them. Like we get a bunch of X-Men and they're on different teams. And it's like there's this like inter-team rivalry going on. There's drama between them. People are switching teams. I wanted to be on the blue team. Like I wanted to work with that, you know? Or they get punished by like I need to request a transfer or like stuff like that.
Oh.
Like hey, you need to go to this team. Like how does that work? Like it like inter school drama. I know you hate that stuff in like a manga or an anime, but I feel like in a superhero setting could be fun, could be interesting,
could be fun,
especially while they're trying to save the world. You know,
right? I'd love to see Angel. We never got enough of Angel in the movies, really.
Sure.
Hope we get an Angel. I don't care who it is. But I think people would
Jesse
respond
Eisenberg
well to like
is Angel.
Maybe. He's Angel's mean dad.
That's great.
Yeah, I think people would respond well to like angsty preppy boy who has wings strapped under his blazer.
Mm-hmm.
Let's do it. I look forward to meeting more X-Men.
Yeah.
Having many friends.
Absolutely. There we go. Okay, that is our pull up a chair. We didn't do the little intro on that, but that's a-okay. Let's see. I think that's it for our show, right? Question mark?
Hey.
Madlib!
Where the libs are mad. Let's get it.
All right.
This Madlib is called Surfing Quiz. Question, what is surfing? Answer, It is a Mountain Dew sport.
I'm not wrong.
To surf, you paddle out in the ocean on a long wooden X-Men. Then you wait for a purple wave and stand on your headphones and run into the cheeseburger. Question, can you surf without using a board? Answer, yes. This is called airplane surfing. You simply swim out and ride in on a wave on your pistol. Question, where was surfing invented? Answer, the people of South Africa invented it as a test for hungry character. Q, what is a wipeout? A lot of
hungry people out there.
A wipeout occurs when you fall off your telephone pole into the blood. Also a supervillain origin story. Spider-Man's trying to stop anybody from falling into a pool of blood.
Oh, good stuff. Good stuff. That's fun. Thank you, Melissa, for bringing those Mad Libs on the show. Cool. Well, let's wrap things up right there. Melissa, where can the people find you on the interwebs?
You can email me at yourhostmelissa@gmail.com. Tell me if you still remember the Real Men of Genius commercials.
I sure don't. But you guys can find me at Kyle Springer on most of the places. And if you'd like to stay up to date with all the stuff that we do here at the Whatnauts, we are at thewhatnauts.com on Blue Sky and the Whatnauts official on Threads. So please go like, share, and subscribe. You know the deal with all of that. And if you are watching this on YouTube, there are plenty more videos for you to check out on that side of the screen right over there. That would help us out a ton as well. This was an extra long one. But yeah, this has been number 17 of the Whatnauts. We will see you all next time. Bye.
Bye.